everybody. Believe it or not, this is episode 8 of, what else? Cooking in Pajamas. We are at day 55 of our shelter-in-place here in Michigan. It's Saturday. On Thursday, I got a phone call from work to find out that I will not be working next week, so I'm off another week, so I will probably have another episode. I know there's a lot of people going through hard times right now, and just want you to know that we're praying for you and praying for people during this time. Part of my motivation for even starting this video was just kind of look for a way to encourage people during this time and to give me something to do to keep me out of trouble. You know, as bad as things are right now, generations in the past have had it a lot worse than we have. You know, when you go back to World War II and you think about how they rationed food and sugar and meat and tires and gasoline and all those things were rationed. And even in the 30s, during the time of the Depression, there was things that were just impossible to get. So we know there are people who have had it worse than we have. Well, today's motivation is kind of on that theme. I'm making a burger that was known as the Depression Burger. It's gotten other names over the years. It's gotten called the Smash Burger. It's gotten called the Onion Burger. But the story is that it originated in Oklahoma back in the 20s. Sid's Diner in El Reno, Oklahoma is the claim to fame of how this burger started. It was a very inexpensive burger they made at that time. It only cost 5 cents. There's really only 2 ingredients in that, and that is hamburger and thinly sliced onions. Now, meat was expensive back in those days, as meat is kind of getting expensive in these days. But burger was something that they would try to make stretch as far as they could. So what they would do is you need a flat top griddle to make this. Now, I ordered a pound of ground chuck from our local meat shop. They know when I get it, it is always a heavy pound. I would rather have stuff too meaty than not meaty enough. So I think these 4 balls are probably a little bit more than a quarter pound, but that's all right. It would probably be better if you used like an 80-20, because there's not a lot of fat in these burgers because of this ground chuck. The only other ingredient other than some salt and pepper is thinly sliced onions. Now, how this is made is you got to use a flat top. You take some of your thinly sliced onions, put them in a pile like that, and then you take one of your heavy quarter-pound meatballs and put it on the flat top. Now, if you have a burger press, that is great. I don't have one. You can also use a metal spatula. I don't have one of them either. I do have a cast iron skillet. What you want to do is you want to flatten or mash this burger down, way down, as far as you can squish it down there. And you're going to want to let this cook for about 2 minutes. Okay, after it's been cooking under the pan for about 2 minutes, you take it and you flip it over. And when you flip it over, you flip it right onto the onions. And you press it again. Push that over there too. Press it again and let it cook for about 2 more minutes. Okay, now after about 4 minutes of your onion burger or depression burger is cooking, you can take your weight off it again. Now, what I like to do is take them and flip them over again. Oh, look at that. Onions are nice and brown. Now, something they didn't use a lot back then in the Depression era, but I am, that's cheese. So you now put a slice of cheese over it and cover it. If you got something to squirt a little bit of water, see how it makes it steam? Do that and give it just another minute or 2 and let the cheese melt. There you go. What's known as a Depression era onion burger. Very, very simple. Started back in the Depression era. Like I said, that burger would sell for 5 cents back then. You know, sometimes simple is best. You know, in Paul's second letter to the Corinthians, he was worried that the people in the church in Corinth would be drawn away from, as he said, the simplicity of Christ. And he said this in 2 Corinthians 11:3. He says, I fear that somehow, as the serpent deceived Eve by his craftiness, so your minds may be corrupted from the simplicity of Christ. You know, God made it very simple. He said in John 3:16, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish but have everlasting life." God made it simple, and I'm thankful for that. Hey, I hope you all have a good week, and stay safe, and we'll see you again next Saturday. Bye-bye.